So, I was looking at phones the other day, and I thought, I had like a flashback, and I thought back to the iPhone 4, and I remembered how the iPhone 4, I think, was the first phone that was like completely encased in glass, and then I remember everybody complaining because as soon as you would drop the thing, then like the whole phone would just shatter, like the front and back, and it was like this huge disaster, and I was thinking about that, and I thought, I wonder if the iPhone has got any better, like have they got any more durable? So, I bought an iPhone 13, and we are going to be running this thing through a long, extensive durability test. We're going to see how durable it is. So the first thing that we're going to be testing with this phone is the iPhone 13 has an IP68 waterproof rating, which means that it should withstand being fully submerged up to 1.5 meters deep for 30 minutes. So we're going to start small. We're just going to put it in a little tub of water, and we're going to leave it in there for 29.5 minutes. And then if it survives this and has no issues, then we will move on to deeper waters. So I was going to try to have a YouTube video playing the entire time that it was in here, but the Wi-Fi is so weak on the iPhone 13 that I don't even get Wi-Fi signal out here in the garage, even though I get full signal with my Samsung Galaxy. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if the iPhone has just like weak Wi-Fi or what it is, but it literally gets zero signal. So we're just gonna have to put it in there without a video playing. So here we go. I'll try to start this at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. All right, so I guess we'll come back in 30 minutes. All right, timer's almost up. All right, let's pull this thing out of here. It's lighting up. That's a good sign. Wipe this off with a towel. I mean, come on, it has to still be working, right? There's no way that it's not. Touchscreen still works. All right, everything still works. Maybe let's do, let's see here. Maybe we'll do a little video, a little test video, just to see how the audio sounds. See if maybe the water got inside the speaker or something. Maybe we'll do a little video, a little test video, just to see how the audio sounds. See if maybe the water got inside the speaker or something. Other than that, camera works, screen works. I don't think that I should stick a charger in it right away, even though I really want to. Alright, so let's move on to, I guess we're going to have to find some deeper water. So, I'm sure you're probably asking yourself, how are you going to get this 1.5 meters deep without losing it? Here's my solution. I have created, or not really created, I have modified this, this box, which has a giant hole in the side of it, because I was trying to drill holes in it to let the water in, and this plastic is not very drillable, I guess. It just likes to break and shatter. So I got holes for the water to go in. I got rope. We can just put the phone in there. This lid clamps down. And there we go. Now we can lower this into the water. And then on the rope, wherever it's at, right here, I have this little paint line that is actually exactly 1.4 meters deep, because I'm going to be taking this thing to a river and attaching it to a dock. So I'm going to do it 1.4 meters. That way we have a tiny bit of leeway whenever like boats go by and the dock moves up and down and whatnot. So let's go put this in the river. All right, so here we are at the river. This is real janky, so bear with me. I got our line tied to this pole. We got our phone. I'm going to set our phone to record. So we're just gonna close that up in there. Now we want you to lay flat. Getting rocked back and forth here. So now we're just gonna, hopefully that sinks. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there she goes. All right, we'll come back in 29.5 minutes. All right, it's been about 29 minutes. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. I can still see the... Wow, check that out. Still works. Everything looks fine. Seems to be functioning. All right, I guess we'll move right along. All right, so far our iPhone has held up to the water test pretty good, and it's proven to be, you know, IP68, just like it's rated. So now what I want to do, since we had it in all that moisture, I want to see how hot it can get before it shuts down. So like if you left it inside of a car, or you just left it out in the sun, or whatever. So we're going to take this heat gun, and I'm just going to put this heat gun on it and see how hot it gets before it shuts down. So we are starting off at 82 degrees is where we're at. So let's see how far we can go. We're already at 100, 150, 170. Ooh. That's hot to touch. I want to kind of keep the heat gun away because I don't want to melt it. I just want to slowly get it hot. All right, now we're slowly creeping up. We're at 166, 170, 190. Ooh. It already shut down. Shut down. It says 185 now, but it shut down roughly at like 192, I think was the highest temperature I saw. iPhone needs to cool down before you can use it. I mean, it's pretty hot. Ow. That's actually really hot. I wonder how long it'll take to cool down. Wave it around. Alright, well I guess we'll let it sit for a few minutes. So, we have cooled down. We are back in business. Everything is working normal as it should. So now we're going to move on to the scratch test. And we're going to see how easily this thing scratches. I have quite a few things that I want to try for this. This is going to be probably painful for most people, but I will enjoy it. So let's get this thing wiped down so it's all nice and clean. We're going to start off very small. I just have some basic things you would find in your pocket. Just a quarter and a key. We're just going to rub them across the screen and on the back and just see what happens. So we'll start off first with this key. Wow, literally nothing. Why does it sound like that? I don't see a single thing. Okay, let's go. Okay. So on the side, where the key, I don't know exactly what this key is made out of. I guess some type of like brass or something. I don't know what this is for. I thought this was a button or something, but it doesn't really do anything. So I guess the brass kind of wears off. That's cool. All right, let's move on to the back. Maybe the back is like weaker or something. Absolutely nothing. It's literally like perfect. Maybe if we just get in there like it's a scratch off or something. What about these? What about this area? Ooh. Where this is, we can rub all over this. Although it doesn't seem to affect the cameras at all. You know, whatever kind of coating or whatever they use on those cameras, that's not gonna scratch. As it shouldn't. Maybe this key is just like kind of too soft. Move on to the quarter. It's got these like ridges maybe. Nothing. It's kind of frustrating because I want to damage this thing, but I'm also glad and kind of impressed that that nothing happens and that it's not gonna just scratch to pieces. What about here? What we got here? Yeah. Get those ridges in there. Literally like nothing. Well, this is doing the same thing as the key. It rubs off. Same thing on the screen. I guess I guess the screen. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just my finger. Oh, maybe we can get something there. Wow. Not a single thing. Not a single thing whatsoever. Interesting. So we know that this quarter and this key don't scratch it, just from me, rubbing them on top of them. But we also know that water doesn't just erode rocks. It takes a while. What we're going to do is we're going to use, this is a rock tumbler. We're going to use this, and we are going to simulate like a very long, aggressive walk. Pretend like this phone is in a very large pocket, and that pocket happens to have a bunch of keys and change in there. And you went for a very, very long, very aggressive walk. So we're going to put the phone in there. All of this is just going to rub back and forth all over this phone. And then it's going to tumble inside of the rock tumbler for, I think we're going to let it run for about an hour. So simulate a very long hour run, walk, sprint, whatever. And we'll see what happens after that. This on here, and then we will let our walk start. See you guys in 1 hour. Alright, it has been a little bit over an hour. It's been about an hour and 10 minutes. So let's go ahead, get this thing out of here. See what kind of damage that we have done. Hopefully, we have some scratches. Video still seems to be recording. Wow. No way. So, looking at this thing, let me wipe it off just to make sure. Not a single scratch. Not a single one. Anywhere. It's like perfect. How is that even possible? I figured, being inside of a rock tumbler, keys and all these coins and all this stuff rubbing around on this thing for an hour consistently. I thought that we would at least have a little something, but there's literally nothing anywhere. And it even wiped off the scratch marks from the coin on the side. So not only is it not scratched, it almost cleaned it somehow. I'm gonna have to step up my game. All right, so here's a close-up of the screen. Literally perfect. Still not a single scratch, nothing. You see the cameras look good. The back, from certain angles, yeah, from this angle through here, you can kind of see some light scratches now that I look at it from this angle. For some reason, I can't really see that as well in person as I can through the camera. But overall, not too bad. I'm stepping it up this time. So if you guys watched my battle box video, you saw that I got this knife, which is called a poker or something. This knife, I think, has the pointiest tip of probably any knife that I have or that I own. So let's see if this can scratch it. Ooh. That feels like it's doing something. That feels like it's doing something bad. Really? Not a single scratch. Completely scratch free. What if we slice it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. How's that even possible? Let's look at the back, I guess. You can hear that sounds much different. And it is, it's doing something, but it's so slight, you can't even hardly tell. Oh, wait a minute, I think we might. think we're digging away at some type of like coating or something. I mean, it sounds like we're doing something, but whenever you look at it, we're not. We've done nothing. Tiniest little itty bitty scratches. I wonder what about these. These camera lenses, these scratch? This thing doesn't even scratch. The lenses don't scratch. I wouldn't really expect the lenses to scratch. I think the lenses are made out of, or have like a sapphire coating or something maybe. They're supposed to be like harder than the glass. So I'm not really surprised that they're not scratching. The flash I can scratch. The sides I probably can. Yeah. Yeah, I can engrave the sides if I wanted to. Yeah, that way we can get some type of scratches on it. Wow. Other than that, still nothing. Going on to something else. A key and a coin and a knife might not scratch it, but a cinder block should. So let's run this. This is gonna make so many people cringe, but I'm going to love this. I'm just gonna swipe it across, see what happens. Ooh, it looks rough. That looks very rough. How much of that just wipes away? Ooh. Ooh. Did it crack the screen? I think that cracked the screen. All the way across. From that one little swipe. Wow. Yeah, one crack. All the way across the screen. Let's see what happens to the back. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. This circle right here, I think is the circle for the wireless charger. And it's like made a circle for that. That didn't scratch too bad. What about the camera? Wow, that's still good. I cannot believe that that cracked from just being swiped across here. It doesn't seem like it's taking any more damage though, which is very odd. Maybe if we find like a corner. Ooh, yeah. That left some pretty good scratches. What, the back? Does that leave? That's honestly not too bad. Not as bad as what was left on the front. No, not an emergency call. We're not calling anybody. Not as bad as what was left on the front. I mean, that's pretty deep. Ooh. Oh yeah, that scratched it pretty good. All right, I don't want to damage the glass too much because we still have to do the drop test. Concrete will scratch it. There, now you can get a real good look at all those scratches. This is that crack that I was talking about. I don't know if this is a crack or if this is just a long scratch because like I can't really feel it with my fingernail. On the concrete block, didn't really do a whole lot of damage, not even to the cameras. But that front, that is rough. That is so rough, especially just for a couple of swipes on some concrete. So you drop this thing once on concrete and you are done. All right, so this is how the drop test is gonna work. I think the drop test is gonna be where this thing absolutely falls apart. Obviously it's held up pretty decent up until now. I think this thing is gonna absolutely just crumble with the drop test. So I have this 2x4 here, and I have it marked just increments of 1 foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Up here is 6 foot. I don't think we're gonna need any more than 6 foot. I think this thing is probably gonna break somewhere around like the 4 foot mark. We'll see. So let's start here at 1 foot. Here we go. Oh, as you would expect. No, it's not fine. It's one foot it already has damage. You can see after 1 foot, that's what it has for damage right there. That wasn't there before. So, we're not looking good. 2 feet. Oh, no more. 3 feet. Nothing. 4 feet. Ooh. Yikes. 4 feet. We have a shattered back glass. Alright, at 4 feet you can see shattered here, and you can see it spiderwebbed all the way through here. And then you can see it took a chunk out of the glass right there. But the rest of it kind of looks bad. But the rest of it is still the same. Just that chunk right there. So at 4 feet, we sustained our first significant amount of damage. Pretty much kind of what I expected. iPhones are horrible at drop tests. Still completely usable though. You know, not hindering the usage at all. So now we go up to 5. Oh, no extra damage. Everything looks exactly the same. 6 feet. So at 6 feet, you can tell really damaged this glass around the camera. You can see what's happening is it's denting this outer metal ring, and it just breaks the glass. Ow! I just poked myself with a piece of glass. Alright, so we've done a lot of drops on the sides. So let's go ahead and let's do some drops face down on the glass. Start at 1 foot. Ooh, wow. No extra damage. 2 feet. Really? No extra damage. Here we are at 3 feet. Ooh, I'm kind of scared to pick that up. That was so flat and perfect. Nothing. We have 4 feet. Ooh, that was even worse than the last one. I think there might be a couple extra cracks. This is 5 feet. Oh, I kind of hit the side. And nothing happened. We gotta get that flat hit. Ooh, definitely some spider webbing and some dead pixels. We basically got like a 2 for 1. All of this is new. And then whenever I turn the screen on, we even have some dead pixels there. Oh, you know what? I just realized this. All of this is new too. I don't know why I didn't realize this. Do not drop your phone flat from 5 feet. Because that's a double whammy. That shatters both sides. So just because we can, we will go 6 feet. Ugh, I saw the glass fly off that, completely shattering the back. The front is actually holding up pretty good. It doesn't look any worse than it was from the last drop. Let's do some drops on the back. I kind of want to record one in slow motion and see what it looks like. We'll go 4 feet. Now we're really starting to like lose chunks of the back. Now you can see we're at the point where we are losing chunks off the back. Let's go 6 feet on the back. See what happens. Oh wow. Yeah, it is just getting shattered. Just completely shredded. Let's go again. Oh yeah. Yeah, we are losing chunks now. This is like, I mean, this is kind of pathetic. The amount of chunks that we're losing. Less than 10 drops, maybe 10 to 15 drops, something like that, and we're like literally losing chunks of the phone. So now that we've got a bunch of loose glass on the back, honestly, I just want to mess around. I want to see if I can take a knife and just pry this up. Ooh, which you can. Easy. Oh, this is so easy. There's like nothing holding this glass on. Get some safety glasses. Do not want glass in my eye. Oh, that looks important. Um, the goal, okay, it still turns on. My goal was to try to peel up as much of this back plate as possible without tearing anything up. This is ridiculous. Why? Like, why would you make an entire phone, the whole thing glass, other than for the reason to just make it break easy? Oh, look at that. Ooh. Oh, that's the wireless charging coil. Try not to get glass in my fingers. Does it still come on? Okay. That's cool. Right there's our battery. Alright, so that's interesting. I'm actually gonna stop right there before I just make a mess and get glass everywhere. How durable is an iPhone 13? For waterproofing, A+. It does exactly what it says it does. It even stayed on and recorded the entire time it was underwater. A+ on the waterproofing. Scratch resistance? Great. I mean, I could take a knife to it and try to dig into it. No scratches. Put it in the rock tumbler with keys and all that stuff. Tumble it for over an hour. No scratches. Everything's fine. A+. When it comes to dropping it, the one thing that is probably going to happen the most, it can't withstand it. I mean, a 4-foot drop. Almost like 2 drops without, if you don't have a case on it, if you drop it probably twice out of your pocket, just regular pocket height, you're going to end up with a broken screen. And if your front screen doesn't break, the back definitely will, because that was the first thing to break. Again, I don't understand why Apple would make the entire thing glass, other than to have it break and then people have to spend money to get it replaced. That's the only thing I could think of. That's kind of something that Apple is like infamous for, is like almost setting things up to fail, so that way you have to pay money to fix it. So as far as would I recommend the iPhone, I just can't. It's not durable. It doesn't hold up to a simple drop. So anything that can't even hold up to a simple like 4-foot drop, or at least multiple 4-foot drops without something shattering, I just can't recommend. Especially whenever you consider the fact that for the same price, any Android you're gonna buy is not only gonna perform better and have better specs, or at least the same specs, and a better camera, it's also going to be more durable. So I just can't recommend the iPhone because of that. Do have to give credit where credit is due. Even through all of this, the back being torn off, I tore off the wireless charging plate. I mean, this thing is pretty much destroyed. It does still work. I can still sign in. I could watch YouTube if the Wi-Fi was strong enough to reach out here. I'm sorry, not if the Wi-Fi was strong enough to reach out here, if the Wi-Fi on this phone was strong enough to be used out here, because on my Samsung I can use the Wi-Fi out here, but not on the iPhone for whatever reason. If you guys want to see me test any other phones or do anything else with this phone, or leave a comment down below what you think the fate of this phone should be. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.